Aya. Wa Nairobi, oye! Wa Nairobi, oye! Tuchangamuke, tupatilishe. Nikisema tuchangamuke, mnasema? Tuchangamuke, tuchangamuke. Aya, wacha tuketi kidogo. Asanteni sana. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues in several spheres, honorable friends and relatives, good afternoon. Thank you for making your time to be here today. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you here as I share with you, Nairobians, the rest of Kenyans, my future plans and vision for the restoration of Nairobi. My name is Wanyonyi, a member of parliament for Westlands constituency. I am also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, practicing. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a leading voice of people living with disabilities. Way back in 2003, before I became a member of parliament, I founded an organization called Kenyan Paraplegic Organization, which organization is for the support of people living with disability across Kenya. For the last 15 years, I have served Nairobi first as a nominated councillor at the city county. That time it was called City Council. Now it's called City County. And for the last 9 years, going on forward, I've been serving as a member of parliament for Westlands constituency. I want to thank my party leader, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. My political father, who remains my ever-present counselor and mentor. His wisdom is ever flowing. I also thank my party ODM, represented here by Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, for trusting me and working with me throughout my political journey. To my wife, Electina, and my children, Pauline, Sophia, and Silvanus, thank you so much for standing with me in good and bad times. I am forever indebted to you. To my parents, my father Dominic and my aunt, you raised me in a religious and disciplined environment and taught me to cherish the fear of God and the values of the family and the importance of integrity in life. I also take this opportunity to thank the people of Westlands constituency for the opportunity to serve you, my dedicated team of volunteers, and my professionals who have worked with me throughout this journey. I owe you immensely. With profound humility, I thank my church, the Catholic Church, and all religious organizations for spiritual nourishment, guidance, and continued prayers. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for your everyday contribution to making our county and the entire nation functional. Together, we shall make Nairobi a smart city. Fellow residents of Nairobi, I speak from mere theory. I don't speak from mere theory, but from my firm knowledge and understanding of the affairs of Nairobi. Having served Nairobi County for a total of 15 years, I am well aware of what residents of Nairobi require, and I will fix it. Tuchangamuke, Tuchangamuke, tupatilishe. This is how I'll work and fix it. Integrate ICT as a core enabler of functions and services by the Nairobi County government. I will invest heavily in the establishment of ICT infrastructure within the county to solve the city's perennial service delivery hitches and avail free internet, Wi-Fi in designated public spaces to assist youth, entrepreneurs, and other residents within the city. Ladies and gentlemen, to catalyze business growth in Nairobi, I will put in place bold mechanisms to fight corruption by enforcing by all the bylaws that have been passed to prevent corruption, legislating more and better ones to seal loopholes and more towards cashless system. Number 3, ensure clean environment. Proper planning for water supply, waste disposal, and environmental conservation is key for a smart city. I recognize that without protecting the environment, it is not possible to achieve sustainable change. I will invest into innovative ways to promote, protect, and expand environment assets of the city of Nairobi. Number 4, create conducive legal infrastructure regime that will enable talent search in incubation for Nairobi youths. Nairobi does not treat its talent with respect it deserves. The arts industry hasn't been fully appreciated as a rewarding vocation due to lack of proper and friendly legal and tax regimes, incentives. Further, there is mismanagement and underutilization of musicians and sports associations. I will promote art, culture, and sports so as to create jobs and opportunities and to employ thousands of talented youths of Nairobi and Kenyans. Number 5, transform the city into a business-friendly and thriving hub for all. My administration will promote the ease of doing business within the city by reviewing, harmonizing, and existing taxes and levies, fostering digitalization of all the county levies, establishing organized tolls within the county to replace shanties, and ensuring the county officials are properly trained and monitored in customer care and servant leadership. Number 6, make Nairobi a healthy, safe, and dignified home for all, including children and persons living with disabilities. Nairobi is the host of one of the largest slums in the world. Approximately 22% of its residents live in absolute poverty, unable to meet their basic needs. This amounts to life without dignity. The city is also infamous for high instances of crime, drugs, substance abuse, violent and sometimes fatal criminal attacks, including home burglaries, armed carjacking, and kidnappings. I will make Nairobi a dignified home for all its residents, regardless of their social status. I will promote better health care, ensure equitable access to facilities by people with disability, improve infrastructure, construct and equip early childhood development (ECD) centers, and invest in skills development for our young people. I will also facilitate the less privileged in society, including women, people with disability, and ethnic minorities, to effectively participate in the socio-economic and political life of the city. Number 7, streamline the transport sector. in the city to accommodate all, including border riders, bikers, cyclists, people with disabilities, and pedestrians. I will streamline the transport sector to ensure safety, comfort, accessibility, efficiency, and cost effectiveness. I will work with the national government to operationalize and expand the PRT system to cover all major roads, as well as enhance the network of motorcycles and bicycle lanes and pedestrian walkways. Number 8, I'll institute and improve better workplace conditions so as to restore dignity to Nairobi's workforce. I will identify and designate accessible spaces for the various cadres of technicians, such as mechanics, plumbers, small-scale mechanizers, those are hawkers, to name but a few. This will assist them safely to profitably ply their trade without anybody harassing them. Number 9, reposition Nairobi as a premier tourist destination. I will promote Nairobi as a premier tourist hub by leveraging on its positioning as the only city in the world with a comeback by developing and implementing relevant policy and legal frameworks. I will redefine the city's values proposition and leverage on the existing excellent medical facilities to position it as a medical tourist hub. Number 10, optimally utilize the existing developed and developed county land to address the housing needs of Nairobi residents. I will transform the dream of owning a house for ordinary Nairobi residents and families into a reality during their lifetime. Hello, Nairobian. As a resident of the city, having served as a councillor 2007 to 2013 in the former Nairobi City Council, and now serving as a Member of Parliament for Westlands constituency since 2013, I am confident that I will deliver. Let me give you a small highlight about what I have done in Westlands. I have built and equipped 4 new public secondary schools, refurbished and equipped 17 more schools. In these and several other schools, I began and maintained a robust sponsorship program for needy and yet bright students. I have assisted women to rise from biting poverty to lead a life of dignity. I introduced table banking for about 300 women groups in my first year from 2014, and donated to them the initial seed capital. Today, the groups, as we speak now, known as Mama Twende Twaweza, control Kenya shillings 150 million in revolving fund. Most of them have stepped up and proceeded to enroll for training in various entrepreneurial skills, such as chefs, caterers, drivers, border riders, to improve their livelihoods. Youths have been incorporated in as well. For our youths, I initiated and implemented Mirati Mitaani. This is what has been copied by the Tanga team and calling it bottoms up. And assisted them to form a table banking groups of their own, similar to Mama Twende Twaweza. Some of these youths have formed circles in which they regularly and borrow loans from their circles. I have helped these groups build synergies with private sector players such as banks, resident associations, embassies, and these synergies have injected ideas and resources which in turn have empowered the groups that I've just mentioned. I initiated a conflict resolution mechanism between our border youths on one hand and various resident associations, the police and the public on the other hand. These interventions have brought about a better operating environment for our border youths and increased their incomes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am ready to be your governor, to be your next governor. Respectively yours, the Honorable Timothy Wanyonyi Wetangula. Asanteni na Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much. God bless you.